Shall we start? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Virayati Nasthaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharani निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण सो वेलकम
Hare
यू ऑल
Krishna
फॉर
Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी वेलकम यू
As
ऑल फॉर
yeah, Sridevi Mataji is somewhere out, Prabhuji. So she called me in the night just now. So I allocated shlokas. I think Sumit Prabhu is not come. So I will read this shloka, Prabhuji.
okay yes not joined yet yeah
Yeah.
okay sure
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text 1.8.27. Namo Kishchanya Vittaya Nivritta Gunavrataye Atma Ramaya Santaya Kaivalyapataye Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. My obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are master of the monas. Purport. A living being is finished as soon as there is nothing to possess. Therefore, a living being cannot be, in the real sense of the term, a renouncer. A living being renounces something for gaining something very valuable. A student sacrifices his childish pro activities to gain better education. A servant gives up his job for a better job. Similarly, a devotee renounces the material world not for nothing but for something tangible in spiritual value. Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami and others gave up their worldly pomp and prosperity for the sake of the service of the Lord. They were big men in the worldly sense. The Goswamis were ministers in the government service of Bengal, and Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami was the son of a big zamindar of his time. But they left everything to gain something superior to what they previously possessed. The devotees are generally without material prosperity, but they have a very secret treasure house in the lotus feet of the Lord. There is a nice story about Srila Sanatana Goswami. He had a touchstone with him, and the stone was left in a pile of refuse. A needy man took it, but later on wondered why the valuable stone was kept in such a neglected place. He therefore asked him for the most valuable thing, and then where he was given the holy name of Lord Akishchana, meaning one who has nothing to give materially. A factual devotee or Mahatma does not give anything material to anyone because he has already left all material assets. He can, however, deliver the supreme asset, namely the personality of Godhead, because he is the only property of a factual devotee. The touchstone of Sanatana Goswami, which was thrown in the rubbish, was not the property of the Goswami. Otherwise, it would not have been kept in such a place. This specific example is given for the neophyte devotees just to convince them the material hankerings and spiritual advancement go ill together. Unless one is able to see everything as spiritual in relation with the Supreme Lord, one must always distinguish between spirit and matter. A spiritual master like Srila Sanatana Goswami, although personally although personally able to see everything as spiritual, set this example for us only because we have no such spiritual vision. Advancement of material or material civilization is a great stumbling block for spiritual advancement. Such material advancement entangles the living being in the bondage of material body, followed by all sorts of material miseries. Such material advancement is called anartha or things not wanted. Actually, this is so. In the present condition, in the present context of material advancement, one uses lipstick at the cost of 50 cents. And there are so many unwanted things which are all products of the material conception of life. By diverting attention to so many unwanted things, human energy is spoiled without achievement of spiritual realization. The prime necessity of human life, the attempt to reach the moon, is another example of spoiling energy. Because even if the moon is reached, the problems of life will not be solved. The devotees of the Lord are called Akinchana because they have practically no material assets. Such material assets are all products of the three modes of material nature. They fall spiritual energy, and thus the less we possess such products of material nature, the more we have good chance for spiritual progress. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has no direct connection with material activities. All his acts and deeds, which are exhibited even in the material world, are spiritual and without affection for the modes of the material nature. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that all his acts, even his appearance and disappearance in and out of the material world, are transcendental, and one who knows this perfectly shall not take birth in this material world, but will go back to Godhead. The material disease is due to hankering after and lording it over material nature, and neither the Lord nor the devotees have attachment for such false enjoyment. Therefore, the Lord and the devotees are called Nivritta Gunavritti. The perfect Nivritta Gunavritti, the Supreme Lord, because he never is attracted by the modes of material nature. Whereas the living beings have such a tendency. Some of them are entrapped by the illusionary attraction of material nature. Because the Lord is the property of the devotees, and the devotee is the property of the Lord reciprocally. The devotees are certainly transcendental to the modes of material nature. That is the natural conclusion. Such unalloyed devotees are distinct from the mixed devotees who approach the Lord for mitigation of miseries and poverty or because of inquisitiveness and speculation. The unalloyed devotees and the Lord are transcendentally attached to one another. For others, the Lord has nothing to reciprocate, and therefore he is called Atma Rama, self satisfied. Self satisfied as he is the master of all the monists who seek to merge on into the existence of the Lord. Such monists merge within the personal effulgence of the Lord called the Brahmajyoti. But the devotees enter into the transcendental pastimes of the Lord, which are never to be misunderstood and material. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, as my son is crying, I'll just leave now. I'll come after some time, Prabhuji. I couldn't even prepare for this shloka. Sorry,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
no problem, no problem. Yeah, so we'll go ahead discuss. Srila Prabhupada has given a really wonderful purport. So all of us can meditate on that. We can discuss. Kunti Maharani is saying that I pay obeisance unto you, who are the property of materially impoverished. Krishna is a property of a poor, is a Dina Bandhu. He is not property of the rich. That's what Kunti Maharani is saying. So I become rich, Krishna goes away. Whereas when we have become poor, materially poor, then he becomes our property. So does it mean that I should become poor? Of course, poor in the sense no attachment. That's what in the throughout purport Prabhupada is saying, that I should not have any attachment. Lord would have given so many things for me, but that should be used for Krishna service. Then I don't have attachment. It's whether it comes to me or doesn't come, I'm not bothered. And further, Kunti says, you have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of material world. Krishna does everything. Krishna's the creation, but he is aloof. He is not touching. Like Prabhupada gives example, like in the lotus leaf, the water. The water is lying on the water leaf, but it's not touching. It is not staying. It is, detached, aloof. So similarly, Buddhimani says, you are self-satisfied and therefore you are most gentle and master of monist. He doesn't require, he's Atmaram, he's self-satisfied. But for our sake, he engages his devotees for services so that we get purified. It's a service for us to ours to purify, not for his benefit. He's Atmaram. So he doesn't require money, he doesn't require anything. Yes, even if you don't do it, there is millions of other devotees and gopis to serve him. But it's for my benefit I should serve so that I am getting purified. Prabhupada in the throughout the purport very nicely explained. First point he says, living being is finished as soon as there is nothing to possess. Because we don't have anything to possess. Everything belongs to Krishna. Therefore, living beings cannot be in real sense in term renouncer. What can I renounce which I don't have? Other day, somebody was saying that, yeah, I'll go around the street, look at the big building and say, okay, this is, I'm giving charity. What? It's not my building, somebody else. So how can I give something which I don't have? So everything given by Krishna. So how can I give? I'm not giving anything. I'm not a renouncer. I'm not giving charity because I can give charity which I belongs to me. Nothing belongs to me. So how can I give charity? So that is the point. So many times I think that it's me who is giving it. It's me who is doing it. No, because nothing belongs to me. So everything belongs to Krishna. So that's why I am not an announcer. I'm not a giver. Even if somebody is proud that I'm giving, that is a kind of bad quality. Like Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj was so proud that he's giving charity. That's why Vamana Deva came and crushed him. Of course, he's still serving as a gatekeeper, but that's a different issue. Point is that as a devotee, we cannot think that I'm the giver because everything belongs to Krishna. Prabhupada says, devotee renounces material world but for nothing, for something tangible. Whereas material world, like Prabhupada gives example, a student, works hard, studies, he doesn't play, he doesn't do any mischievous because he thinks that by working hard I can get something better. So he renounces the certain things so they're getting better things. And people in the corporate, or we change the job thinking that the next job will be give a better salary, better facilities. So we give up something for better chance. So some other says higher taste. We'll give up a lower taste for a higher taste. So what is that higher taste? Spiritual advancement is the higher taste. We give up the material things for higher taste. So Prabhupada gives example of the great acharyas like Shad Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswamis. So Rupa, Sanatana, they were the ministers. One was a prime minister, one was the finance minister. But they gave up because they found at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more treasure, the more pleasure. And that is a pleasure they cannot get anywhere. Even in this material world, we see that how much $1 billion one may have, he cannot be happy. Other day I was reading a news article, I don't know which country, somebody won a big lottery, maybe, I don't know, thousands, millions of dollars, pounds or something. So now he's become alone. Nobody bothers to talk to him. Various reasons could be. No, but what is that money can attract? Money cannot attract. Money can bring problems. That's why these great acharyas like Raghunath Goswami. Raghunath Goswami's father, Hiranya Majumdar, was one of the richest. Their income that time, 20,000 gold coins. You can understand one gold coin can buy so much wealth they had. But he gave up. He ran away to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he did not have any taste for this material. Many of the Srila Prabhupada disciples, they were coming from very rich family. But after meeting Srila Prabhupada, they did not wanted to go back. Even remember his holiness Giriraj Swami's. Giriraj Swami was 18, 19 years old boy when he came to 1967, that time. So his parents came, his father gave a blank check to Srila Prabhupada. You write whatever the amount, because he was a very rich person, the father. You write whatever the amount you want. Leave my son. Prabhupada said, I don't want your money. You can take your son. But Giriraj Swami said, no, I don't want to go home. I want to stay here. What kind of austerity they took? Such coming from such a rich family. Giriraj Swami, they came to Bombay, Juhu, and there was nothing. The hut they were staying, the mosquitoes, all this one. But they were staying that. There was no temple, nothing. They were building temple themselves. Such a rich person. Why? Because they found that the taste, the love, and the affection of serving Krishna. So that is what the devotees would like to see that. Prabhupada gives a nice story of how this touchstone story, Sanatana Goswami would have told earlier also, the touchstone which Brahmana took. Whatever it touches becomes gold. Yesterday also the story was discussed. So the point is that we should have attraction not for this touchstone, which is Chintamani. We should have a attraction for the holy name, which is the better touchstone. Because wherever the holy name touches, our life purifies. This touchstone may bring gold, whereas that touchstone make us a diamond. That's the difference. So make our life diamond, make our heart diamond. That's the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the reason Sanatana Goswami kept that stone in the garbage. No, I'm not interested. Whereas Brahmana wanted that. Finally, he also came back. But Sanatana Goswami gave him the holy name. The point is that the material things, unless used for Krishna service, they are burden, they are trouble. We would have seen many rich people, they cannot sleep. Because they fear and worried. What will happen? Who will take my wealth? They're always worried. No proper sleep, no two-time food, no sleep. What for that money required? That's the thought process here. Prabhupada further says that so the specific example given is neophyte devotees just to convince them that material hankering and spiritual advancement go ill together. So that's the conclusion Srila Prabhupada is giving. The material advancement and spiritual advancement and material hankering, they go ill together. They both cannot go hand in hand. If I am advanced in spiritually, I will not have a taste for material things. If I have a material hankering, for me to advance in bhakti is difficult. Like the previous verse, Janma Aishwarya Shuta Shribi Kanti Maharani is saying that. So we have to give up, or we have to develop a taste for the material hankering. Doesn't mean that I should throw away the possessions. The possessions required. Material possession can be used for Krishna service. So like Prabhupada's case, once a sannyasi came, so somebody gave some donation. That Mayavadi sannyasi said, no, I'll not touch money because it's Maya. I don't want to touch. Prabhupada said, no, give me. I'm also sannyasi. Give me that money. But I will use it for Krishna service. I will build a temple for Krishna. So that's the difference. So Prabhupada was wherever he goes, he was staying in a small room. He doesn't require anything, but he wanted a big temple for Krishna so that many thousands of people come and take blessings of Lord. That is the difference. So use everything for Krishna service. That is a motive. Prabhupada further says, advancement of material vision or material civilization is a great stumbling block for spiritual advancement. So we think that I developed the scientifically, we built so many roads, so many highways, so many airports, so many big high-rise buildings. These are actually stumbling block for our spiritual advancement. Like Prabhupada says, simple living, high thinking. Small village, one cow, little land is most happiest place. We can grow our vegetables, grow our fruits, and have one cow or little milk, enough. We can easily survive, provided we have that inclination, we have that, desire to do that. But today is very, very difficult because we are accustomed to this city life, comfort life. Today, when electricity is not there, everything is gone. Internet doesn't work. What something natural happens, how we can survive? Now, don't have uh, condition. If you go back to villages, people have rain, sun, it goes on. So, fine, this advancement is kind of this unwanted. And
Hare Krishna. Prabhu got disconnected, I guess. So maybe I will share the screen and we can proceed with the next shloka till Prabhu came back. So who's going to read the next shloka?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, myself.
Yeah, Mataji, you can read.
Manye tvam kalam ishanam anadi nidanam vibhum samam charantam sarvatra bhuthanam yen mithaha kalihi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My Lord, I consider your Lordship to be eternal time, the Supreme Controller, without beginning and end, the all-pervasive one. In distributing your mercy, you are equal to everyone. The dissensions between living beings and you are due to social intercourse. Purport. Kunti Devi knew that Krishna was neither her nephew nor an ordinary family member of her paternal house. She knew perfectly well that Krishna is the primeval Lord who lives in everyone's heart as the super soul, Paramatma. Another name of the Paramatma feature of the Lord is Kala or eternal time. Eternal time is the witness of all our actions, good and bad, and thus resultant reactions are destined by Him. It is no use saying that we do not know why and for what we are suffering. We may forget the misdeed for which we may suffer at this present moment, but we must remember that Paramatma is our constant companion, and therefore He knows everything past, present, and future. And because of the Paramatma feature of Lord Krishna, destines all actions and reactions, He is the supreme controller also. Without His sanctions, not a blade of grass can move. The living beings are given as much freedom as they deserve, and misuse of that freedom is the cause of suffering. The devotees of the Lord do not misuse their freedom, and therefore they are the good sons of the Lord. Others who misuse freedom are put into miseries destined by the eternal Kala. The Kala offers conditioned souls both happiness and miseries. It is all predestined by eternal time. As we have miseries uncalled for, so we may have happiness also without being asked, for they are all predestined by Kala. No one is therefore either an enemy or friend of the Lord. Everyone is suffering and enjoying the results of his own destiny. This destiny is made by the living beings in course of social intercourse. Everyone here wants to lord it over the material nature, and thus everyone creates his own destiny under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. He is all pervading, and therefore he can see everyone's activities. And because of the Lord has no beginning or end, he is known as the eternal time Kala. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Sorry. No. I was talking about material advancement. Same time, internet is disconnected. Yes, Sumit Prabhu, go ahead.
Yes, so sometimes material facilities are also required, Prabhu. If we can require, we can use it in Krishna's service. So like
Yes.
internet, yeah. So it's a
Yes.
wonderful thing if used correctly. So a
True.
lot of preaching, like we are able to do using internet.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, go ahead.
So yeah, Prabhu, you can only explain.
So maybe let me continue the previous only.
Mhm.
Then we'll come back here. You can stop sharing. I'll just share the previous one. Okay. So just a few points from the previous talk itself. So in the next purport, Srila Prabhupada says, Supreme Personality Godhead has no direct connection with the material activities. So many times we think that Krishna's appeared, Krishna like us in Dwapara Yuga appeared. So he's also material. This is another sect of people, Mayavadi, think that he's also influenced Maya. But Krishna is not influenced Maya. Krishna is not influenced three modes of nature. The material activities, it will not impact him. We are impacted. So that's why we should be careful on the material activity. Prabhupada next says, therefore the Lord and devotees are called Nivritta Gunavritti. So we should be beyond our material anchoring and attachment. So that should be the development. And next, Prabhupada says, because Lord is a property of devotees, and devotees are property of the Lord reciprocally. So this is the most important things. The Lord is a property of a devotee. What is the property means? Property means which I own. I can use it the way I want. It's my property. See, Lord becomes our property when we become a pure devotee. When I give up all material attachment, I surrender to him, Lord becomes my property. What a great thing. This I remember His Holiness Giriraj Swami, when he initially came, he asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, can you make me God? Because he heard that so many other sannyasis thinking that I'll make you God. Prabhupada said, I'll make you better than God. He showed Bhagavad Gita front page. See, where is the God? God sitting down. Devotee standing. Arjuna standing. So I'll make you better than that. That means you become a devotee, Lord becomes your property. And also reciprocally, devotees are property of the Lord. So our duty is to serve him. That's reciprocation happens. And Prabhupada says, unallied devotees and the Lord are transcendently attached to one another. They will never give up. Lord is Atmaram. Vishnu Chakravarti says, I offer respect to you. You possess these treasure of Akinchanas, Akinchana with Thaya, but Akinchanas are poor. So poor in the sense, the material anchoring poor. They may have spiritual qualities, they have a bhakti, they are very rich because they are the sons of Krishna. Krishna is such a rich, yes, Sahasra Lakshmis are serving him. So bhaktas are not poor. Bhaktas, they have no attachment. That is why they're poor. Externally, they may look like poor sometimes, but they are not poor. They are very, very rich. They are very, very happy. So, because Atma Ramaya, so they are completely renounced. They are not bothered. They are self-satisfied. Whatever is there, they are happy. So that's why Prabhupada says they can be shantaya, peaceful. When we have no detachment, we will be peaceful, no headache. So with this, I'll stop. Maybe devotees can share the thoughts and comments. Is it making sense or is it becoming too much?
Yeah,
Yes.
Prabhu, I remember that one story. So there was one king who actually announced to all the praja The tomorrow, like whatever my treasure is there, it will be in the uh, like in the hall. It will be placed, and you can all people can come, and whatever you can grab one thing. So many people came and they planned, okay, I will go for this thing, I will go for the jewel, I will go for the crown, and so many things. And there were like chaos situation happened there. But one little girl there was there. So she goes and she just grabbed the king himself. He grabbed the hand of the king. So now the king belongs to the girl. So similarly, instead of running after the property of the Lord, uh, running behind the Maya, running behind the money, if we can grab the Lord, then our life will be successful. So that is the story, bro.
That intelligence we should have.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, good. Others, maybe we'll start from alphabetical. Varsha Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class.
Thank
So
you.
I understood today that God is Atma Rama and whatever service we do is all for our benefit. And in the middle, you said one point, Prabhuji, that if someone is materially advanced, then they cannot have this spiritual advancement. And if someone is spiritual advanced, they cannot have. There cannot be a middle ground, Prabhuji. Like I think we are all. I mean, we can be both, right? Like tomorrow
Yeah.
morning, while doing puja and all, we'll be spiritually advanced, but later point of time, we'll forget.
No.
Mostly, we'll be in our work and all. So, there can be a middle ground, right, Prabhuji? We are considered, right?
Yeah,
These
devotees, what they could be rich also, but it's only the poor means the attachment. That is a poor. That doesn't mean that devotees are poor. There we can see there are many devotees externally look like very rich, but they have not attachment. The Chaitanya Lila, there is a story of Pundarika Vidyanidhi. He was so rich, his the conch or the furnitures all made of gold. But as soon as he heard Krishna, he just jumps. He has no attachment for that.
Hmm.
So that is
So
the difference.
Okay, so this context was only with respect to attachment, not remembering Krishna always. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, without attachment to the material, we should attachment to Krishna.
okay.
Whatever I have it, I maybe have being bungalow. Krishna
Hmm.
would have given, as my karma I would have given. But use it for Krishna's service, then it becomes Krishna's. Because nothing belongs to me. That's the point.
Okay.
Like if you go to Ganga water, I take Ganga water and offer to Ganga. When what I have nothing.
Nothing.
That's the point.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hope
Thank
that
you, Hare
makes
Krishna.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, next, who else? Ramesh Prabhu. Want to say anything?
No problem. Please continue.
Okay, Shruti Mataji, busy or Mariappan Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Very, very difficult situation. Very
Don't
difficult
worry,
to
relax.
because it is for the souls like me. The detachment of material advancement is really difficult, and only this thing I think the prayer, sincere prayer with the Lord is only the solution for this. Otherwise, detachment from the material advancement or material aspirations is really difficult. However,
Just on that,
very
Prabhu.
encouraging.
So just on that. So we need not worry too much on that. All that sincere require that our chanting and sadhana. That's it. Balance Krishna takes care. So I mean, generally, I'm saying we should not worry too much. I'm attached. Yes, we are all attached because we are in this material body. So it's very, very difficult unless I take up attachment to Krishna, the holy name. So that's the solution. Nothing else would worry. Sorry, Prabhu. Continue.
And one encouraging word is Lord is property of pure devotees, and pure devotees are property of Lord. These words are very much encouraging. So, keeping that in mind, I always should practice my devotional services to the maximum extent possible, and I must do the chanting with complete focus. Really, that is also a challenge because so much of distractions, especially early morning chanting, is really good. And sometimes I used to share my experience with Raghuramaya. Raghuramaya is a regular practicing this thing, devotee in the early morning. I think he completes everything, all his 16 rounds in the morning one day, I believe.
True.
But I am not able to really perform that. 50% of course, 5 to 8 rounds I may complete, but remaining I used to spread throughout the day. In any case, I am very much grateful to the Lord for having accepted me in the spiritual world, because I am seeing all around me are all attached souls and not bothered to enter in spiritual world, however much we tell. So considering that, at least he is having lot of mercy on me, I think, lot of costless mercy on me. So that way I am grateful to Lord, and I must always be sincere in my devotion services. That much I have understood, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Neeraja Mataji, Karthik Prabhu, want to say anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hi, Mataji.
We should not give importance to material world because it is not real. We should give importance to the Krishna Seva so that we will get rich soul to reach Krishna lotus feet.
Sure. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna. Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hi, Mataji.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I missed so many today's class, Prabhuji. So many disturbances. Sorry, Prabhuji. Tomorrow.
Rain. Yeah, okay. Sure, sure. Okay, Asha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hi, Mataji.
What I understood, I should not bother much about the actions and reactions of, I should not bother about the actions and reactions of the material world. One thing is that nothing belongs to me, everything belongs to the Supreme. And it's not that I should be rich or poor or whatever is what I understood. Even if I'm rich, or even I have something which I should use for the Krishna Bhakti or Krishna Seva. I should give up all material taste for the spiritual advancement, so that I can use whatever I have in serving the Lord. We should have a lot of desire for the holy name, chanting of the holy name. Material things may become a burden when it is not used in the Krishna's service. That is what I understood, Prabhuji, in today's class.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Archana Mataji, anything?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhubhyo patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow.